Welcome to the channel. This is an 11.5 inch piece of, I'm calling it walnut. It might be something else, I don't know. There's no name on the wood. I got this from another turner who was leaving the business, but he wasn't around right then for me to ask questions if he remembered what the wood was on the wood. It didn't have any markings on it or anything, so we're gonna make a platter, I suppose. And first thing we're gonna do is turn it around and see what we can make out of it. See what the wood tells us. So let me get my helmet or my shield on and get the tools out and we'll get going. I think I'm gonna get out some black CA glue and fill some holes. I'm gonna take this off, fill all these holes up. There's these big cracks, this crack. There's a crack here, big crack here, big crack here. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill those with black CA glue. I got some brown too, maybe I'll use the brown. The brown doesn't seem to be as thick though, so we'll try that. All right, sand it up to 400, buffed with Scotch-Brite, and we're going to put on Axe Abrasive, and then we're going to finish it with Howard Feed and Wax. I want the gold tones this time, so we're going to use that. It should give us what we're looking for. In the sanding process this time, it seemed normally around 320 I stop seeing lines from the sanding disc itself. This time it seemed like the wood was a little softer. So I don't know if this is a softer form of walnut or what the deal is with it. You know what? I'm gonna go the other way. Got some other wood that is light like this, not the darker walnut, but it's kind of got this gold tint to it. Several people have told me it's walnut, but I can't turn it. Every time I get near it, it sets me up, sets my allergies off, sets something up. And this didn't do that. But then I think this is just the cut from the tree. We don't have as much heartwood in this one. I think this is just regular. So I'm not sure if that other is another type of walnut or what the deal is. I've got like 3 more pieces of it that are pretty good sized, and it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous wood. But I may have to buy a respirator before I decide to turn that. And I'm not in the mood to spend money on a respirator right now. There's a few other smaller things I'd rather spend money on, but the respirator is not one of them. I have used a mask. Last time I turned it, when I realized what it was, I was putting a mask on every time I was turning it as well as sanding it. And it seemed to work okay, but I think I still got some of it like through my eyes and stuff. I think some of that was still happening. Hard feed wax. And this we let sit, soak in, and then we buff out. This is holding much better than one of the other pieces I did a while back. I did one a little while back. It was I don't remember what it was. It was a smaller piece, and I think it was a piece of ambrosia maple, and it was just soaking this up like nobody's business. But this is holding it pretty good. Good chatoyance in here. Some odd grains running through here. It's got good chatoyance in it though. The whole piece is kind of full of it. It's kind of good. It's nice. It's pretty. You would never known it by the outside look of this thing when I first started. But then when I realized it was maple, I thought, yeah, this will be a pretty nice piece, I think. And I think it's going to be a very nice piece. As long as we get through the inside without any drama. don't want to jinx myself. Been having a good run of no drama lately. I've done about 10 or 12 pieces, including a three-sided bowl that you take out of a cube. And I thought that was going to cause me problems. All right, we'll bring you back when this gets turned around. You're just going to have to change the chuck jaws out for larger chuck jaws. But I'll bring you back and get it. I'll buff this and bring it back when it's turned around. Same as always, sand it up to 400, buffed with abrasive paint, the Scotch-Brite abrasive pads. Next is the Axe abrasive paste. And then we'll finish that off with Howard feeding wax. Gonna be quite lovely. All right, I'll let this settle in, buff it, and then bring it back. We'll show off the result. Finished size is a little over 11.5 and a little under 2 inches tall. It's almost like a cake platter than it is anything. I was hoping it would be a little thicker than that, but it just wasn't going to let me do it. It was too much wobble on the sides, and by the time I got them flattened out, it was down to about 1 3/4 inches, which is where it's pretty much stayed. So let this soak in, and we'll buff it out, and I'll bring you back. Sorry for the noise. This is South Texas. Yes, we are still mowing. In fact, I'll have to do mine sometime this week. It's not as often. It used to be every week, but now it's about every 2 weeks I have to mow. But still have to do it. So we're going with walnut. And we're going to say that this is an 11.5 inch platter. Again, I'll finish the bottom, put some sealer on it. Or not sealer, but some feed and wax on it after I've done the deal. Done the signature on the back. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. And it's not bad for my little 12-inch lathe. I appreciate y'all coming along and watching. If you would, please like and subscribe. And share if you want to, and let your friends know about it.